Now, there is a picture trending on the streets of social media of the G7 delegates taking one photo. I mean, as seen on the screen, you notice that there are quite a number of representatives from the G7, and our very own President Ramaphosa of our country, South Africa, was one of the people that were invited to that summit. This is something that is great, man. Now, I saw that when this picture was posted, or it's a picture that obviously it is causing up a lot of inputs from people about South Africa. You will know that South Africa, though they are not part of G7, they are part of G20. G20 summit is coming to South Africa, the first of its kind to come to an African soil, and therefore South Africa it's a very good strategic partner for the countries all over the world, right? Because it plays a key role into, of course, penetrating the African market, and this is regardless of the of things that are happening in South Africa. South Africa remains that key country into penetrating the African market. It is very, very, very important, which is why you will see that the West will obviously want to, of course, involve or come and try to strike deals with South Africa. But one thing that I'm also seeing on the as this picture is trending on the streets of social media is that a lot of people, they are not, yes, South Africa deserves much credit because, like I said, it's important, or it's a very, very pivotal country to penetrating the African market, and that is that, and it's the truth, which is why even most of the stuff that are happening in South Africa, that is why will always trigger countries like the US. But something that is also very important to note, I think this one, it must be said, look, in as much as our President Ramaphosa, as there are some flaws that he has done, but he's a good leader, guys. I think this is not said enough. President Ramaphosa has shown very good leadership skills. He is a great leader, and I think that also deserves to be said, and that he deserves his flowers. He has shown great leadership skills, and I'm saying he has got flaws. There are things that are questionable that he has done, but overall, guys, I mean, have a look at how he handled President Trump during his meeting with the US President Trump in the Oval Office a couple of weeks ago. You and me can agree that he showed some great leadership skills, and in as much as many people will come and say what not, that's just the truth. So South Africa, it is therefore going to be part of these summits, or it will forever be invited into some of these events, because I mean, we are the strongest economy in Africa. Our GDP is estimated to be around $410 billion, which of course explains a lot, or speaks a lot of volumes about South Africa when talking about Africa. This is something that is very, very important, and I think a lot of people will also tend to miss out this. And I know there are so many things that still needs to be done, infrastructure and all that in South Africa. But South Africa, it is a country, it is not a small country. Actually, in terms of economy, it is a country that, of course, its economy continues growing, and it is the strongest country when you look into economy in Africa, which is very important. This one, again, I will say, a lot of the people, when you say President Cyril Ramaphosa is a good leader, some people will be against this, but look, man, I think he is a good leadership. He has proven, there's quite a number of things that we have seen, that it's not just a president but who does not have good leadership skills. He's very knowledgeable about stuff, about things, which I think he has proven time and time and again that, look, he's a great leader for our country. And yes, he might have done some flaws. There are some probably allegations against him, but he has done so well for the country in terms of leadership skills. He has demonstrated for all to see. G20 summit, it is coming to South Africa this year around the 22nd to the 23rd, from the 21st to the 22nd of November, and he will be the one taking, or leading that summit here in South Africa. And once again, he's going to demonstrate his leadership skills, because it requires some very good leadership skills, because he will be hosting countries or leaders of various countries from US, Canada, Europe, Russia, China, just to name a few. But there are quite a number of countries that form part of the G20 summit, and our President Ramaphosa will be in the forefront, and this again will prove to those that still don't see his good leadership skills. They are going to be demonstrated there for all to see. He has already done that with the first G20 meeting preparation, which took place in February, where he was hosting several representatives of the G20 summit countries. And again, there's still going to be more meetings that come. But I think it's very important that, look, South Africa, the fact that they're the strongest economy in Africa, and that makes them to deserve to be even invited into the G7, right? Which is why he was invited there, because look, South Africa is a key country in Africa, and it's important to note that there are people that will, in as much as we are complaining, look, man, South Africa has, in terms of GDP, it has been growing well. I mean, if South Africa was that bad, I don't think our economy would be the strongest economy in Africa. It means that in as much as there are things that are not going well, in as much as there's still a lot of corruption that needs to be dealt with in our country. But look, man, the country continues growing, country continues, of course, being a very critical country in Africa. Our economy speaks for itself, or our GDP in terms of the economy speaks for itself, which is very, very important to note that. So tell me what you think, man. It was a great picture, it was a good picture, and yeah, I think we deserve it. And yeah, can't wait for the G20 summit, man. But of course, those that are part of this channel, I'll give you the latest developments and as they come, and it will be a great summit, man, because like I said, it is the first of its kind in an African soil, and what better way to be hosting that kind of a summit, or South Africa hosting that kind of a summit this year. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. That's all, my dear friends, and God bless you all.